G'day guys, I hope you're all well. Part 2, the Kingdom of Australia and the Imperial Realm. So there is a part 1, have a look at that. I'll try not to rehash over old ground. Have a look at that and you'll see sort of what's been going on. I thought I'd add some information, what progress there's been, various Facebook sites, etc., and the guys trying to push for a return to the Imperial Realm and the Kingdom of Australia. So I made part 1 some time ago, and Stephen Sears, or Spears, who has been purportedly working on this for quite some time. I say Sears or Spears because he's the author of these 2 documents, Realm and Commonwealth, under the name of Spears, and Realm and Man, which has got a lot of this information in. Hopefully you're listening, Stephen. I want to talk about those briefly in a minute. But when I did the video, Stephen, as he has the propensity to do, sort of raked me over the coals a bit, sort of impersonating his work, and didn't know what I was talking about. And so just to preface myself, I am an ambassador for an IGO that reinstates kings and kingdoms as part of what they do, so I've got a little bit of insight, and I've just been offering to help, and just point things out and see where it's up to, and what people have and haven't got. So anyway, that's a little bit of the back history. Stephen seems to, he goes off on tirades a bit. If you have a look at some of the language, retarded and pathetic, and I think he genuinely thinks he wants to, or looks like he wants the job for himself. He wants to be King of Australia now. There's a few, like I said, there's a few things missing. Firstly, not a public person. It's hiding behind 2 different names. There's an effigy of King Arthur and the Excalibur there. Not sure why it's not a public person. In my experience, all kings and about to be appointed or about to be coronated kings, they're all public people above and beyond reproach. So I'm not sure what he's doing there. Some of his posts, I genuinely think he thinks he can stand up. If you're listening, Stephen, I'll address you directly. I hope you don't think you can stand up at the memorial in Melbourne and claim the throne for yourself. I don't think, hopefully I realise you don't, that's not how it works. At best you'll be ignored, at worst you'll end up in a 30-day psych lockup, and as I said, the way you talk to some people, you'll probably end up with involuntary injections, mate. So there's no diplomacy to your actions, and that's a shame, because you certainly do have knowledge and you certainly do have a message. So there's just some things missing there. Now, also with your publications now, again, the people that I know are surrounded by academics and international legal teams, etc. If you have a degree or some diplomas in history or politics or something of that nature, these can be used to get you to upgrade it to a master's degree, or even a doctorate, a postgraduate doctorate degree, on the strength of these documents. But you would need to put in index and legal footnotes, etc. There's just a couple of things missing from the documents, and look, we can also help with that as well. So if you wanted some sort of academic accreditation for your work, let us know. Now that helps with credibility and helps you surround yourself with fellow academics, and you can surround yourself with fellow legal academics as well, which you'll need, I feel you'll need to push the message further. So just a little bit there. Also just wanted to make a couple of points. Part of I came up with this just as a way of people were asking for how do we unite, how do we move forward, and I say, look, we just simply gather, and we can appoint a king. You didn't like that at all. It was just one method. So the method was a cohort. Now, you raked me over the coals for the definition of a cohort. So you thought it was a Roman military unit, which it is, but the definition I was using was just a group of people with a shared characteristic, okay? Which, if you have a look at the definitions of monarch, are actually eligible to provide a nation's monarchy, okay? So a cohort of like-minded people, because it's about the people, and the kingdom is in the hearts of all men. So it's about the people. And there's different sorts of crowns, which I'm sure you're aware. Most of your posts are about absolute monarchy, as far as I can tell, but there's ceremonial heads of states. There can be a myriad of types of crowns with reserved powers, full authority, no authority at all, just ceremonial state ceremonies and the like, and constitutional monarchy, obviously, which is what we have here in Australia. So if you look around the place about the different types of monarchies, so it's not as regimented as some of the posts I see about the place. Okay, so you can even have a monarchy for a fixed number of years until certain goals are achieved, i.e. the return to the Imperial realm, for example. So there's lots of different ways to do it. No, there's no one set in stone. Something you will have to watch as well, I can't see that you've covered off on. I did see one post about shoulder to shoulder with Aboriginal sovereignty. That's fantastic. You'll need to cover off on those things and any other potential claims, because otherwise you're just going to get rival claims of legitimacy. There's anthropological evidence of other genetic lines in Australia going back for millennia, so you need to cover off on those things as well. So I don't see any information on that type of thing, and that's sort of what I'm getting at, so it's trying to help. So there's that. So there's also a bit of progress on there. I'm assuming this is Stephen's cohort. There's been some progress on here. It does, again, it does raise sort of more questions than answers, but it is growing. This is something that there's definitely some documents being loaded on here, so keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for this. This may well turn into something. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to run through some more things for you and show you the progress of what's been happening. We have been in the IGO I'm part of. We're about to go public with 2 restored kingdoms, and they'll have their official websites launched, and I will do a part 3 of the Kingdom of Australia and the Imperial Realm at that stage and see what progress has been made then. So thanks for watching. I'm going to wish everyone a Merry Christmas as well, timely opportunity to do so. And feel free to send me any questions. And Stephen, if you are listening, mate, rake me over the coals again if you wish. That's fine. It all helps bring the information to the surface. But my advice to you would be diplomacy, academic and legal information and pursuit, rather than belittling and berating the very people you're trying to unite, mate. It's all the best. Take care. Thank you.